back to GK Today. I'm Nuzhat Sana and in this video we'll cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our Daily 20 MCQ series 2022 in GK Today's Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions along with their explanations and interactive quiz, you may consider joining our Daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today Android application. So in this course in app, you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document, and also category-wise revision ebooks that are optimized for reading on mobile. You are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. So without taking much of your time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 6th of January 2022. Starting with very first question, the GST Council has decided to defer the increase in GST rate on which product? So the GST Council has decided to defer the increase in the rate for textiles to 12% from the earlier 5%. So it has referred the matter to a panel of ministers to review the rate rationalization, and already we have seen that the GST on all ready-made textile items except those made with cotton was hiked to 12%. So the GST on now footwear except those below 1000 rupees was also hiked to 12% from the earlier 5% rate, and state representatives from Gujarat, West Bengal, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu opposed this hike. Okay. Now apart from it, the Girl Child Saving Scheme named as Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana will earn 7.6% as interest from January 2022. And the Government of India has recently announced that the interest rates on small saving schemes will remain unchanged for Q4 2020 to 21, including NSC and PPF, which would earn 7.1% and 6.8% respectively. Okay. Now apart from it, food aggregators like Swiggy and Zomato will have to collect and deposit the tax at 5% rate from 1st of January 2022. And at present, only those restaurants which are registered under GST are collecting and depositing the tax, and the cab aggregators like Uber and Ola will have to collect 5% goods and services tax for booking 2 and 3-wheeler vehicles. Okay. Now do remember that ICRA has maintained its forecast of a 9% GDP expansion for India for financial year 2022, and also it maintained a similar 9% growth for financial year 2023. Now do remember that RBI has recently extended the tokenization rules till 30th of June 2022, and the deadline for wiping off card data on merchant sites and applying tokenization has been extended by another 6 months. So this step has been taken by the RBI as merchants and payment companies express their inability to meet the earlier deadline of 31st December 2021. Okay. Question number 2. Which state government slashed 25 rupees per litre on petrol and diesel prices for two-wheelers owned by the poor? So Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren announced concession of 25 rupees per litre on petrol and diesel prices for the two-wheelers which are owned by the poor people. And the concession will be given for 10 litres of petrol for every month, and an amount of 25 rupees per litre would be transferred to the bank account of poor ration card holders. Okay. Now Jharkhand was also in news because of its initiative named as Safe and Responsible Migration Initiative. So it aims for a systematic registration of migrant workers in the source as well as destination district. So this program will basically help the state to analyze the movement of people through a formal structure. And also the state government has decided to set up 2 labor consulates in Ladakh and in Kerala. Okay. Now apart from it, the funding and implementation of Ken-Betwa interlinking of rivers project was approved by the Union Cabinet with a total cost of 44,605 crore rupees. So it is the first project under the National Perspective Plan for interlinking of rivers, and it seeks to transfer the water from the Ken River to the Betwa River Also, a special purpose vehicle called Ken-Betwa Link Project Authority will be set up. Fine. Do remember that Ken and Betwa both are the tributaries of the river Yamuna. Fine. Question number 3. What is the deadline for KYC updation for the bank accounts as per the recent notification of Reserve Bank of India? So RBI has extended the last date for KYC updation for bank accounts by 3 months, and this leads to 31st of March 2022. And the deadline has been extended due to prevalent uncertainty due to new variant of COVID-19, and RBI had relaxed the rules first in May last year due to the pandemic obviously. So also it announced that banking services should not be restricted because the KYC documents are not updated by the customer. Fine. Now apart from it, do remember that the state of Telangana stood first in the implementation of Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Rural Mission. So Sangareddy and Kamareddy districts claimed the first and the second positions among the 300 clusters across the country when the project is being implemented. Okay. Then also we have seen that PV Sindhu has been appointed as the member of Badminton World Federation's Athletes Commission along with 5 other people. And also do remember that India has recently won total 16 medals in the Commonwealth weightlifting, which was held at Tashkent in Uzbekistan. And these 16 medals were divided as 4 gold, 7 silver and 5 bronze. Can you tell me how many medals India has recently won in Tokyo Olympics as well as in Tokyo Paralympics? Please write your answers in the comment section. Then David Warner from Australia and Hayley Matthews from West Indies have been voted the ICC Players of the Month for the month of November. And yes, we have seen that International Boxing Association has changed its acronym from AIBA to now IBA and promised to adopt a set of governance reforms as to keep the sports inclusion at the 2028 Olympics. Okay. Also, the first ever national level Khelo India Women's Hockey League at Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium has been inaugurated by our Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur recently, and it is in New Delhi. Okay. Question number 4. Which country has recently purchased 25 Chinese J-10C fighter jets? So the Pakistan government has confirmed the purchase of at least 25 Chinese J-10C fighter jets for the Pakistan Air Force. And Pakistan claims these jets as an alternative to France Rafale fighter jets owned by India. Pakistan also has a fleet of US-made F-16S jets. Okay. Now apart from it, the Pakistan Ministry of Religious Affairs has formed a Hindu Temple Management Committee to act as a bridge between the non-Muslim population and the state. And as per the media reports, the committee will look after the matters related to Hindu places of worship, and the formation of the committee will help in resolving the issues of the Pakistan's Hindu community. Okay. And also Pakistan was in news because recently the cabinet has endorsed the country's first ever national security plan, which emphasized that economic progress should be at the center of national security. And that's why the cabinet has adopted the document which was approved by the high-powered NSC, that is National Security Committee, and the policy is a 5-year policy document that covers the time period from 2022 to 2026. And yes, last year Pakistan has successfully tested flight of Fateh-1 guided multi-rocket system, and this has been indigenously developed and it is capable of delivering a conventional warhead for the country. And not only this, it has also successfully test-fired the Shaheen-3 missile, which is a nuclear-capable surface-to-surface ballistic missile. If you remember, last year we have seen that North Korea has test-fired a new long-range cruise missile amid the sanctions imposed by US over its nuclear program. Okay. Question number 5. Highest number of complaints against women in the year 2021 has been received from which state in India? So it is very shameful that the National Commission for Women has received a total of 31,000 complaints of crimes committed against women in the year 2021, which is the highest in number since 2014. So there is an increase in complaints by 30% compared to the last year, And among the total complaints, more than half of them have been received from Uttar Pradesh state, which has the highest number of complaints, and it was further followed by Delhi. Okay. Now, Uttar Pradesh was also in news because recently it has decided to launch the happiness curriculum in 150 primary schools of UP under a pilot project, and with this, UP will be the third state in the country to implement this curriculum. Which are the other two states? It is Chhattisgarh and Delhi. Then, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has laid the foundation stone of 594 kilometers Ganga Expressway in the state of Uttar Pradesh recently. So after completion of the work, it will be the longest expressway of UP that connects the western and eastern regions of the state, and this will be built at a cost of more than 36,000 crore rupees. Okay. And also Uttar Pradesh was in news because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate the 9,802 crore rupees Saryu Canal National Project in Uttar Pradesh, Balrampur district. And the project connects basically 5 rivers which include Ghagra, Saryu, Rapti, Benganga and Rohin rivers. Okay. Can you tell me which state has recently launched a scheme named as Khel Nursery? Write your answers in the comments. Question number 6. Who has been appointed as the chairman and chief executive officer of the Railway Board? So the Appointments Committee of Union Cabinet has approved the appointment of Vinay Kumar Tripathi as the chairman and CEO of Railway Board. And currently he is serving as the General Manager, Northeastern Railway, and he is an 1983 batch Indian Railway Service of Electrical Engineers. Now, who has been appointed as the chairman of Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs? It is Vivek Johari. Then Al Raisi has been elected as the president of Interpol recently, and he is the Inspector General of UAE. Headquarters of Interpol lies in Lyon, France. Then Petr Fiala, who is the leader of the Civic Democratic of Czech Republic, has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of the country. And earlier he also served as the country's Minister of Education, Youth and Sports. Also, we have seen that Daniel Ortega has recently won a 4th consecutive presidential term in the elections that was held in Nicaragua. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved the reconstitution of his Economic Advisory Council, and Vivek Debroy, who is the president of Indian Statistical Institution, is the chairman of this council. Can you tell me who is the current president of Chile? Because earlier we have seen that Sebastián Pinera has recently been impeached by the lower house of the country's Congress. Please write your answers in the comment section. And who are the other 3 new members of this particular council? First is Rakesh Mohan, who is also the former RBI Deputy Governor. Then second is T.T. Ram Mohan, who is a professor from IIM Ahmedabad. And third is Poonam Gupta, the Director General of NCAER. Okay. Question number 7. As per APEDA, which is the top exported commodity in India in 2020 to 21? APEDA stands for Agricultural and Processed Products Export Development Authority. So according to this institution, non-basmati rice, then basmati rice and buffalo meat are the top 3 exported products from India in the year 2020-21. And as per the APEDA, the total export basket has increased more than 15 lakh crore rupees in this year, comparison to 83,000 crore rupees in last year. So correct answer is non-basmati rice. Now do remember that India is the second largest producer of footwear and leather garments in the world, and export of leather, footwear and leather products reached to $3.67 billion during 2020-21. Also, we have seen that India has become the top source of Chinese rice imports during January to August 2021, as the shipments during the month of August alone accounted for nearly 45% of the total imports, and Indian rice made up nearly 23% of total imports by China during this particular time. Okay. Do remember that India has been ranked at 40th position among 43 pension systems across the world in the 2021 Mercer CFS Global Pension Index survey. Fine. Question number 8. Padhe Bharat campaign is launched by which ministry? So the Union Ministry of Education has launched a reading campaign named as Padhe Bharat campaign for 100 days starting from 1st of January 2022. So this campaign is aimed to improve the reading capabilities, vocabulary and thinking abilities of the students who are studying between Bal Vatika and class 8. So the government has released a comprehensive guideline on reading campaign for the states and the union territories to follow. Okay. Now apart from it, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has laid the foundation stone for Major Dhyan Chand Sports University, where in Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. So the institution would come up with modern and state-of-the-art sports infrastructure like synthetic hockey ground, football ground, basketball, volleyball, handball, kabaddi ground, lawn tennis court, etc. And the university is being established with a vision to have a strong sporting culture and establish world-class sporting infrastructure in the country. Now do remember that V.S. Pathania took charge as the Director General of Indian Coast Guard and he has replaced K. Natarajan, who served as the Chief of Indian Coast Guard from 2019. Okay. Question number 9. Which state team clinched the Vijay Hazare Trophy title in 2021 to 2022? So Himachal Pradesh defeated the state Tamil Nadu to win the Hazare Trophy title and the event was held at Jaipur. So Tamil Nadu has been the most successful team with 5 title wins and Vijay Hazare Trophy, which is also known as Ranji One Day Trophy, was started in 2002. So it is named after the legendary Indian cricketer Vijay Hazare. Okay. Now apart from it, 3 Indian origin Canadians have been bestowed with the Order of Canada, which is considered as one of the country's highest civilian honor. So the 3 personalities were among the 135 individuals honored for their achievements and for promoting bilateral ties between Canada and India. And which are the 3 persons? Dr. Vaikuntham, then Bob Singh Dhillon and Dr. Pradeep Merchant. Fine? Names are quite important. So you can be asked that these 3 personalities are the recipients of which famous award? Answer would be Order of Canada. Now apart from it, former Chief Election Commissioner Sunil Arora has been invited to join the Board of Advisors at the International Institution for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, which has a mission to support sustainable democracy. And yes, also we have seen that New Zealand's left arm spinner Ajaz Patel became only the 3rd bowler in the 14-year-old history of Test cricket to take all 10 wickets in an inning. Can you tell me when do we observe the Armed Forces Flag Day? Please write your answers in the comments. Now coming to last question, China has recently released a list of standardized names for 15 places in which Indian state? So China's Ministry of Civil Affairs has announced the standardized names of 15 places in the state of Arunachal Pradesh. And China has been claiming around 90,000 square kilometers of Arunachal Pradesh as its own territory, and it had even called the state as South Tibet back in 2017. So India in response announced that the remaining does not take away the sovereignty of India from the state. Now talking about China, recently the Chinese scientists have developed the world's first machine that can charge people with crime using the artificial intelligence. And as per the scientist, the artificial intelligence prosecutor can charge people with more than 97% accuracy, and it works on verbal description. Then, 2 crew members of China's Shenzhou 13 spaceship have recently entered open space for the 2nd time, and aim of the spacewalk is to carry out works for the construction of country's own orbital station named as Tiangong. Then British consultancy CEBR, that is Center for Economics and Business Research, has predicted that China will become the world's top economy in the dollar terms by 2030. And also it predicted that the world's economic output will exceed $100 trillion for the first time in 2022. And India is set to regain its place as the world's best 6th biggest economy after 2023. Okay. Can you tell me, Yutu-2 is a robotic lunar rover that was launched in the year 2018. is a project of which country? Please write your answers in the comment section. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.